Hey my faves, does that sound okay? My faves? I don't know. Hey my faves, I am your fave nurse B. So I want to tell you all how much I made on my last paycheck as a nurse. So it's just as a preface, just some background for you all. I am an LPN. I worked at a long-term care facility and I've been a nurse for 4 years. And I worked at this place from basically an NAT, which is the nurse assisting and training. I went through their program to become a CNA, and then from a CNA I went to school to be an LPN. So I've been there my entire healthcare career. So in total I've been at that facility for 6 years. And like I said, I was a nurse for 4 years. So just so you all know, I do have a video talking about my last CNA check versus my first nurse check. So go watch that if you haven't already. Because it'll give you a good idea of how much I was making to begin with. And then also look at the comments, because just if you watched that video already, go look at the comments, because there's like over 1,000 comments on there talking about how much people make based off their state and their city. And it's like, whoa, it's crazy how much people are making and how the differences are based off where you are in the US. So when I left my past job, I was working part-time. So part-time there was like anything less than like 65 point something hours. I don't know, it was a weird amount, but I was working part-time because I was pregnant when I left there, and yeah, I wanted to work part-time. So I'm going to give you all a comparison of how much it was when we were working full-time versus how much it was part-time. And yeah, so this is how much money I was making. This is my last full-time check. I do have a few bonus hours on here. I couldn't find one that just had a straight 80 hours. So we'll just do some math to go through it. But this is how much I was making, y'all. And I just feel like looking at this, I'm like, really? Like, why was I even holding on to this job? Like, oh, and also as a background, just so people know, I live in St. Louis, Missouri. So this is nurses. If you look at like a list, like they say Missouri is one of the lowest paying places for nurses. And just so you know, like just to give you kind of a reference or some type of idea, where I live at right now, it's a pretty decent neighborhood. It's a mixed race and things like that. It's a decent neighborhood. And say for instance, like an apartment here, say you were getting like a 2-bedroom, 1.5 like townhouse or apartment, it's less than $700. And this is, like I said, it's a decent neighborhood. So less than $700 for rent. So just keep that in mind as I'm telling you how much I was getting paid. So 80 hours, this is before taxes. 80 hours, I made $1,768 before taxes. And how much I was making per hour was $22.10. After 4 years of being a nurse, I was making $22.10. Now, I know if you're looking at this as you're a CNA maybe, or if you're making less than this, then that sounds like pretty good money. But for me, I'm a good worker. I go to work. I don't be all late strolling in. Like, I get my work done. I do what I have to do. I'm very, very reliable. Very reliable. I can count on both hands how many times I've called off in the past 6 years at that job. And mind you, I got pregnant twice. I went to nursing school. I was in school outside of nursing school, just taking classes after nursing school. So I've had legit things going on with my life that I could have been like, oh, I'm not coming to work. I'm not coming to work. So, but I still came, did what I had to do throughout all of that. 2 kids, a husband, and school. I still came to work, still showed up, and I was making $22.10 an hour after 4 years of being a nurse. Now, I do want to add in, I had came up to my promotion, like my yearly raise in April. So I would have had more. Let me see. Yeah, I would have had probably at that job, they'll do like $1 raise, which is pretty good. That's really, really good. And there's no cap. There's no salary cap at the job I was at. So you have to keep that in mind too. Like if you stay there longer, you're going to make a whole lot more in the long-term scheme of things versus some jobs like you have to like be on them just to get 30 cents more, you know, a freaking year. So they usually do like I would say 75 cents to $1 raise per year for their nurses. It just depends. I mean, anyways, So yeah, so I probably had, if I still be there, I'd probably be at like 23 right now. But that's how much I was making back in, oh wow, this is last year around the same time. This check is from August 26th to September 8th of 2018. So that's how much I was making back then. So before taxes, it was at $17.68. I do have an extra 8 hours on here for holiday pay, which was before taxes $176.80 for 8 hours. And after my deductions, I was at, so they took out for my 401k loan, because I had a loan on my 401k. I was paying back that loan. Dental, social security, you know, all that stuff. Short-term disability, long-term disability, health insurance for me and my daughter at the time, vision, blah blah. They took out, after taxes and all the deductions, I took home, my net was $1334.35. So if I subtract the 176 from that, if you take that out, I was actually taking home $157.55 every 2 weeks. So that's $2,315. Now mind you, my deductions were pretty they're pretty high as far as how much they had to take out of my check. So I could do the math real quick for you all to show you without any type of benefits how much I would be taking home. So let me just do that real quick. Dang, all my deductions every 2 weeks was at, it depends, you know, 401k is a percentage. I did mine based off a percentage of how much my check was. So let's just say a flat amount. It was $293.46 every 2 weeks. Dang, that's crazy for my deductions. Write that down so I can give you all full math. Like, comment, and subscribe. So every 2 weeks they took out $294.66 for just my benefits that I had. That's not including taxes. So I want to just give you all an idea of how much it would be if I didn't have those deductions, how much I would be taking home net. Okay, so have I not taken out the deductions or anything like that, after tax I'd be taking home $1,452.21. But of course, you know, I got kids and nowadays you got to have insurance, so that is what it is. So per month, if I didn't take out any deductions, it puts me at $2,904.42. But of course, since I have the deductions coming out, I'm at, so I did do it right. So let me just break it all down for you all. So with deductions, my health care, my 401k, all that good stuff, I bring home with 80 hours with $22.10 per hour. I was bringing home $2,315.10 each month after taxes, after all of my deductions. Now, had I not had any deductions coming out, I would be bringing home $2,904.42. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. Of course, we live in a world where you got to take stuff out. It just is what it is. So yeah, that's how much I was making. And like I said, typically rent where I'm at is less than $700 a month. So it's not like, that's actually a pretty decent amount of money to be bringing in with 80 hours. And of course you can pick up, and with me I did agency, so that's even more money on top of that. So that's that. Looking at this, I'm like, you know what, girl, why was I holding on to this job? And let me tell you all why I stayed at this job even though they weren't paying me what I know I'm worth. One thing being is because I have kids, and I was like, okay, I need to keep this insurance, yada yada yada. We couldn't get insurance at my husband's job at the time, so I was like, we gotta have this insurance. That was one thing. Two, I knew I was pregnant, and right at this time I had found out I was pregnant, so I was like, okay, I may as well stay here because I know what to expect from this place. I have to take time off, yada yada. I got sick leave still with this job. I have vacation time with this job. And I had my 401k loan at the time, and I wanted to pay towards my 401k loan. So I was like, okay, I might as well just stay here and deal with it. And that's what's crazy is right before I had got pregnant with my first child, I applied for another job, got the job, but I did not take it because I knew I was pregnant. And I was like, there's no point in me starting this job, and I'm not going to have enough time built into the job to actually be able to you know, take time off, FMLA, get all that paid time off, get Social Security, all that while I'm having my baby. So it was just like so many things on top of it that I was like, okay, I might as well just stay here. Now some people could be like, girl, you just making excuses, but I had to just think about like my family. I had to think more like long term versus just thinking, let me just make more per hour. But this is why I went ahead and got the agency job, which I do have a video about that if you want to know more about working for an agency, because I was like, okay, my thought process was this: I'll go work part-time at where I was at and still get my benefits. And I was pregnant at the time, I was okay, and I had a 1-year-old. She was 1. I had a 1-year-old at home. I was pregnant. I was like, let me go part-time because I'm tired as hell, and I'll pick up agency and make more per shift working agency. So I'm doing the same amount of work, but I'm making more money, but I'm still keeping my benefits from this other job. And if I can't pick up, if I don't want to pick up because I'm too tired, fat, and pregnant, then I won't, you know. So that was my idea as far as why I went part-time. But with me going part-time, I didn't have any type of FMLA available, so that's that. But whatever. So let me show you all just real quick that was my check from last year, last August. This is legit my last check working part-time. So working part-time was 60 hours at 22, again, still per hour. I was grossing, this is before taxes, my gross pay was $1,331.53 compared to the $1,768.00. That's what 60 hours, that's what 80 hours. So after all of my, now you all, once I went part-time, I lost my vision, my short-term, long-term, all that good stuff, dental, I lost all of that. So I had to, they only took out my 401k loan, my 401k plan, because I was still contributing to my 401k, and also my health insurance. So what they put me at after taxes and after the deductions, it put me at $1,049.14 is how much I was bringing home. So what's crazy is that if you compare how much I was taking home at 80 hours versus how much I was taking home at 60 hours, there is only, let me show you all how much the difference was. So here's the difference, and this is how much I really keep in mind. Just think about it. So I was working 80 hours, bringing home the $1,157.55 after the deductions, right? And then after deductions, which it was less deductions, keep that in mind, but I still had 401k loan, 401k plan, and my health insurance, which is really like the basic stuff you need. And really, if I didn't have my loan, it'd be even less coming out of my deductions. But I was bringing home $1,049.19. The difference between me working 80 hours and me working 60 hours was $108.36. $108.36 for 20 hours less. Yeah, because this check, this is for 80 hours, this one is for 60.25 hours. $108, y'all. Now this is why I said I didn't really have a problem going part-time, because I could pick up agency and make $30 an hour doing agency. After taxes, that puts me at like $225 a day for only one 8-hour shift. So say for instance I picked up 2 shifts, that'd be an extra $500 basically, versus the $108 for me sticking there holding on to 20 hours. So it's like $108 for 20 hours less having to work at this place. Yeah, that's why I think like you should be smart about how you do things so you can make more money, and I'll do a separate video talking about that. But this is like the biggest thing is, if you have to keep your benefits, go part-time somewhere and then pick up agency or pick up PRN. Go part-time so you can have your benefits there, and you can have something solid in place. And if you want to pick up there, but go and get an agency job or go get a PRN job somewhere else that will pay you more money. This keeps flexibility in your schedule, because especially if you're part-time with me, I was doing Oh my goodness, what was my schedule? I was pregnant, so I didn't want to do 16-hour shifts, and I had a baby at home, so I was like, okay, this is too much work. But ideally, I could have did like 2 16s and been good, or did like I think I ended up doing like 2 12s and 1 4. I can't remember how the heck I freaking had my schedule. Oh, I do know. I did 1 week I did 3 12s, 1 week I did 2 12s. So essentially I only worked 5 days a week. Well, 5 days a month. That's it. Right? No, 5 days every pay period I work. That's it. Out of 2 weeks, 5 days per 2 weeks. That's all I work. So that left me with a lot of time to do YouTube, to go to school, to work somewhere else. Of course, I had a baby and I was pregnant, so I wasn't doing all that stuff, but it leaves you way more space. So if you want to pick up, you can pick up. If you want to go on vacation, do what you have to do. You only have to get this job 2 days a week or 3 days a week. Now, of course, this is different wherever you're at. It all depends on where you're at and how that place breaks everything down, but that's what I did. It wasn't that much of a difference. And you all, I feel like I stayed there. I knew I was staying there, and I knew I had to do what I had to do at the time, but yeah, if I didn't have these kids and I didn't have like obligations that I need to take care of to get me to the next level, I would have not stayed there. Like right now, I legit feel like I should be at like 25 an hour here in St. Louis, Missouri, based off where we're at and how much they pay people. I should be at like 25 an hour because I've been a nurse for 4 years. I've been in healthcare for 7 years. So to me, I'm worth more, and that's part of the reason why I'm like, you know what, let me stop giving this job money and let me work on me. Yes, right now I'm making a lot less than I was making working there, but this is a sacrifice and an investment in the beginning for me to lay down the groundwork, do what I have to do, and then build upon it. And I'm going way beyond just YouTube. YouTube is like my hub. It's like what's going to give me what I need right now to build up my audience and build up my influence, and then from there I branch out. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you became a nurse, why you want to do YouTube? That's a whole nother video, yeah. But anywho, that's where I'm at. That's how much I was getting paid. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Are you like, girl, you was being robbed? If you live in St. Louis, please let me know how much you make if you live in St. Louis. Give me some ideas of more ways to make money while you work as a nurse. Do you feel like you're getting what you're worth as a nurse based off the area you're in? What's the most that you've made as a nurse? Of course, the most I've made is through agency, which is $30 an hour. And they do have stat shifts where they add like an extra $5 on top of the 30. So that's awesome. But right now I can't pick up anything. I really want to, but I'm like, let me just do what I gotta do. Do what I gotta do. But honey, they send you text alerts all the time, like, hey, such and such is available. You want to pick up today and get an extra $5 on your check? I'm like, oh, just you be calling me. But anywho, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was insightful to some people. Yeah, I just feel like I was worth way more than that. That job, yeah, I was like, you know, why do I keep complaining about this job and expecting someone else to see my worth? Like, let me just make my move and go on and do my own thing. And I will have the last laugh. Okay, so that's that. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, more money videos. I have a ton of money videos, so I'll leave a playlist for you all talking about how much I make as a nurse. I'm very transparent as far as showing you all my actual checks. And all that jazz, like being like, let me make sure I cover up some stuff because I don't know nobody saying that, but like this is like the legit check that I got. So like you can actually see how much I was bringing home. Like, I'm not lying. This was this from last year? I can't even see. What was this? Yeah, this was from last year. Like, this is a real check. So not lying. I'm being very, very open with you all, transparent. So if you like this video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with someone else that might find it helpful. Share my channel, help me to grow. And yeah, subscribe, because I do a lot of videos like this. And even though I'm not working clinically as a nurse, I'm still working, honey. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Peace.